Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Repton, The Lost Realms. We are now on the last level of Katie Rosane's Vivace set, and this is the last level for which I will be completely blind. I have tested this set, but it was so long ago that I've completely forgotten what's ahead of me. After this level, all that is left are the Presto levels. The last of the 4 sets included in the official release, so I know those quite a bit better. I haven't played Lost Realms nearly as much as I've played the other Repton games, but for the 4 sets in the official release, I tested them a lot before release, and after release I went through them again at some point to write walkthroughs on all the levels. And the maps have been on the Repton resource page, so every once in a while I've looked at them again. This one, though, I only tested and played the once. So, okay, we're in a room with a spirit. I could grab some earth. I could walk into the spirit. I would rather not do that. Getting the earth allows me to have the freedom to push this balloon and release it later if I want. Now, there's a yellow spirit, which... Okay, this is interesting and strange. So, if I go under that rock and it falls here, it will permanently trap the bottom right spirit, and even if there is a transporter into this area later, I won't be able to untrap it. But what else can I do? There is a red cage on the level, just above the bottom right corner, and it blocks access to the key, so that's very important. Of course, I don't know whether this is the only red spirit, but Lost Realms can have excess spirits. Sorry, no. It's the opposite way round from normal Repton 3. So it cannot have excess spirits. So if there's only one red cage, there must be only one red spirit. So things seem to be impossible right at the start. And if I let the yellow spirit through, it will go straight into the yellow cage, of course. Ah, I see. Should have worked it out. So the idea is that I need to release the red spirit, let it go ahead of me through the cage. The spirit will go through the cage, that is. Then I let the rock fall behind me. But then what do I do about the yellow spirit? Because when it goes into the cage, the rock will fall. That's actually okay. I can push it all the way along the corridor. I have to get out of the spirit's way as well. But, oh dear. Other than the death, that worked out quite nicely, because I think I would rather have the spirit behind me than ahead of me when I'm pushing the rock. Let's try that again. I am so not used to having to work out in my head which way spirits are going to go when there are two directions. I don't know why I'm so bad at it. I don't have this problem at all with normal Repton. So there I realised what was happening, and I realised that I had to drop the rock in such a way that the spirit would come through with me. And looking at the map now, I can see that I was right in that, because if I had left the spirit behind, it would be behind the safe now. So now, where am I going to go, and where's the spirit going to go? Spirit will go through the yellow cage to the room on the right. I cannot get through there, so... Oh, I was going to say, so am I stuck again? But no, there must be a yellow spirit I can release, probably in one of the alcoves on the far left, and I have to do a little bit of Repton shuffling first. Now, these balloons can go straight up. I'll wait for the spirit to come back, and then shuffle the rocks. Absorbency is 6 for this level. Interesting number. There's quite a lot of doors, so I'm going to guess that that was the only pill. Now, when I release the balloon, it will definitely go straight up. That means that I have to take the nearby door at some point. No way around that. So I'll take the diamond to let the red spirit through and then go through with it. That seems to be the theme of this level. Now what? Now I have to release the yellow spirit that's in this room. How? The lower right balloon can be shuffled left to land under the wall. And then the rock can be brought all the way down the chain of diamonds. Okay, nice little puzzle. I have to not do that, though. Again, because everything up to this point, there's no doubt about it being the right thing to do. I'll just redo it off camera. Unfortunately, there's a diamond on the other side of the cage, which means that I can't use that to help it stay out of my way for longer. But I did manage to pull it off, so I can feel good about that. The rock that's on a safe can, of course, fall to the right after the key is taken, so that I don't block the bottom passage. Now, I have to get the next absorbency door, and then I have to open one of the two above, but I have the choice of which. And okay, so this actually looks straightforward. I think I want to open the left door of the first row so that I can push the balloon. If I open the right one, then the rock will fall off the skull and trap a time bomb below. then in the 2 rows above that, I want to open the middle doors, push the rock and balloon aside and open the top door. And that fulfills my quota of 6 together with the bottom left door. So okay, about half the time limit is gone. I don't need this time capsule yet. However, going into the next area will block off my access to it. But it is the only time capsule on the level, so I almost certainly want to leave it for later. Now, going into the next area, I have to let the balloon fall behind me, rise behind me, no choice about that. So then the only way for me to leave the area is by the transporter. So I probably want to let the other balloon rise to lock the spirit into this area, into the top left area where it will be easier to retrieve. But I don't know that for certain. So let's not. Obviously be a bit careful with that balloon. Don't want it dazing the spirit. Okay, now, choice of transporters. I could take any of them, or I could go... well, if I go to the right and let the rock fall, then I'm trapped in the room to the right, so that's not the answer. So I think at this point, I simply make a save state and try out each transporter in turn. Okay, left one goes here, which is the room I was just talking about, but... Oh, there's only one more rock there, so yes. Well, there's more, but the other 2 will not roll off the wall. So that was a correct thing to do, and that has let the spirit come out a little bit further. I probably then want to do them in left to right order. Okay, that has given me access to the transporter chamber again. But I don't want this rock to fall right. However, that has not let me get up. And I think I probably needed to do things in such a way that I could get up. Let's see, what if I take this transporter? Okay, so we know how to deal with the egg. There were eggs like that in the previous level. Okay, so that does give me re-access to the transporter chamber and clears a bit more space into which I could push another rock. So that's very likely to be what I needed to do. I am worried, though, about the time limit, especially as I don't think I took very much time earlier. So... going to do 1, 4, 2, 3. Of course, that area is quicker now that I know the solution. Yes, that allows me to come past the balloons without disturbing them. And that was, and the remaining transporter was the one I needed to take last because it's the only one that that does not give me access to that transporter chamber again. So now we've let the spirit come all the way to here, and I can clear some diamonds so that it can come out of this area with me. But again, I am worried about time. It's especially if I have to, and I do have to deal with all 5 of those eggs before I can move into the next area. So I think at this point I should just say that's not going to happen and lose a life before moving on. So I should have let that balloon rise earlier to give the spirit a shorter journey. It probably won't matter because I've lost a life, which resets the clock, and I still have the time capsule available. Oh dear. I panicked. I realised that what I was trying to do was not going to work out. Let's plan before going into that area. So when the spirit is going down... Oh, I have an idea. I'm not sure if this works. It works. No, it doesn't. It gets the spirit stuck around there. But I could have stepped left to let the spirit down before pushing the rock. Okay. Oops. I reloaded the wrong state. Again, I apologise for using save states, but this... If I were to do this without save states, I would still do those parts off camera when I'm redoing already solved parts. So it wouldn't affect the video, it would... I forgot what I was trying to do. It wouldn't affect the video, it would just mean more time spent in recording. And I don't think any of us want that. So I'll wait for the spirit to come down. I got myself stuck. Just when I was thinking that things were going to get easier. Okay, so I think it's clear that we've got a very tough level to finish this set off with. Does this qualify as the hardest level so far, even beating out Dave Jeffries? I think it might. Given that this has a mixture A mixture of puzzle and action. Okay, what I'm going to do is break the egg, stand here, try to get the monster up behind this rock. Then let the spirit come out. Great. Unfortunately, the spirit came back, so I'll have to wait for it to go around this area again. But that does at least let me kill all the monsters. Then I have to let the spirit go ahead of me into this little room. And then we're coming down the right-hand side. How are we for time, by the way? We're okay. But again, I gained a whole bunch of time that I shouldn't really have because I lost a life. I probably didn't want to push that rock there. We'll find out later whether that was fatal. So push that balloon to the right, to the left, because if I pushed it right, it would have trapped a diamond. Here I have to push 3 balloons out of the way. They can all go right. And we're at the cage at last. And I just didn't have time to do that. And unfortunately... Okay, now we find... Now I can look at the map, and yes, the rock that I pushed at the top is badly placed now. I needed to have that to the right of the safe. Because where it is now, if I take the safe diamond, it will come down and block me. Remembering that I can only open one more door now, and it has to be the one that's in the bottom left. So, yeah, I just don't want to disturb that rock from where it is now. Even though that will be tricky to do with the spirit. So obviously there's a big difference between this one and Allegro F, which was a much more contemplative level with no... Oh, wrong again. Not quite no action elements. There was one place where I had to race a spirit, as I recall. But that was pretty mild compared to this, which is much more action-y. Okay, so what I did was drop those down. Push that to get behind this rock. Tried to beat the spirit there. Didn't quite. Okay, I'm going to do the egg section off camera now. So, I'm just at the exit to the egg section. Spirit's just ahead of me. Now, I have to do some careful dodging here. Now, let's see if I'm far enough ahead. I'll only push that balloon one place. I can push it the other place later. How do I get out? Oh, I could have got out of the spirit's way by going up there. Like so. And the rest should be pretty simple cleanup, I think. I wonder if it's safe to unblock that fungus, but I feel it should be, unless it's very fast growing, because I don't think I have any reason to come back to this area, so I'm just going down and getting all the diamonds and time bombs now. Unblock this as well. Reblock it, just because I felt like it. Oh dear. I had not realised there's an egg here. Actually, fairly simple kill with one of the rocks in the room. Or it should be. So, I perhaps should have taken the diamond above the behind the door earlier, so as to save time now. But I think there's been plenty of time, and there was so little to do after the time capsule. I feel I definitely should have taken the time capsule earlier. I'm not at all sure, though. It feels like I would still have difficulty doing everything that needed to be done before time ran out, but that's for me to investigate in my own time. One more up there. How's the fungus doing? I hope this is the last time bomb and I don't need to go back up for a time bomb in that area, but I'm pretty sure. There we go. There is a competition code because Lost Realms generates one automatically, so even though the set is not finished. So when if this had gone to release and we'd assigned passwords and editor codes, that would probably have changed the competition code. I'm not sure exactly what it depends on. It's worked out algorithmically. That has been the Vivace set of levels. Yeah, great set. A bit of a difficulty seesaw. The first level was quite a bit harder than the second one, and even the third one wasn't nearly as it wasn't so much hard as it was imposing. It made it look like it would be a really formidable challenge, and then once you got started, it unraveled. Screen D, of course, with the time limit as the major difficulty. So that was a unique and quite different kind of challenge. I think the verdict on this set has to depend on how the individual player feels about different types of challenge like that. Screen E was another one that was more imposing at the start than later on, but it did have that really difficult rock balloon puzzle in the bottom corner, so... and this one. That last one is definitely up there with the hardest Lost Realms levels I've played, especially if you do try to do it without losing a life. So, overall, I feel the set probably is that little notch above the Allegro set and justifies its position. But people who particularly struggle with Dave Jeffries' rock and balloon puzzles might disagree with that. Yeah, well, difficulty's always subjective. Anyway, there is only one more set of levels now, and that is the Presto set. It's a mixed bag in the sense that it contains levels by different authors, but they do include a couple more of my own levels, so I'm looking forward to giving those a go. Also 2 more levels by my friend Jonathan. I'm sure he has been waiting for this moment with anticipation. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.